Thank you all for joining us today. My name is Burt Ray, Chadwell Supply. And apart from maintenance supplies, I've spent a good part of my career, really all my adult life, working in the fitness industry and focusing on personal wellness. So I wanted to take this time to share some of the information that I've gathered over the years, helped me quite a bit, helped a lot of teams that I've been involved in, and wanted to take some time to just focus on in these difficult in this difficult environment we're kind of enduring right now. What can we do to be the best we can be in this environment, to take advantage of making sure that with the extra time that we have where we're quote unquote isolated or stuck at home for a lot of us, or if we're at work and working with skeleton crews, what can we do to take advantage of some of this time so that we can work on our personal wellness and make sure that we take steps to avoid a lot of the undue stress and anxiety that a lot of us, or really everyone, is experiencing in this moment. So first and foremost, a big thing, kind of a mantra I like to live by, is discipline is greater than motivation. Your motivation will wax and wane as days go, as minutes go, as days go. So discipline is really what you have to lean on to overcome the lack of motivation that exists a lot of times. So what do we do that to maximize our discipline? And the biggest thing is planning. Plan your time, plan your work, and then work your plan, as the old cliche goes. But in all that, in working your discipline and not being overwhelmed by current state of affairs, you've got to work balance into your life. So you've got to have a good balance between your work life and your personal life, and your personal life will come to your spiritual health and your mental health. Making sure that you're finding time for all of it is critical to really maintain good personal health and all this, just in the environment that we're living in right now. So I'm going to go through a few of the key things that I focus on to hit how I find that balance in all of it. And then I'll open it up for questions in the end. So if anyone has questions as we go through, don't hesitate to just speak up. And if you just announce yourself, just introduce who you are as you ask questions, so we all know who we're on the call with today. First thing is planning your work. There's a big difference, and I found this, I was definitely a victim of this when this whole thing kicked off and started. There's a big difference between busy and productive. A lot of us can be busy through our days and then lack a lot of productivity because we're busy finding things that aren't very beneficial in our time. So, can be whether you pour into a website, you're looking for information or looking for research. This is also true in our work life, as a lot of us have access to different industry information that you can just keep drilling into deeper and deeper and deeper. And ultimately you just kind of find yourself chasing a rabbit hole that doesn't really end up with you getting any more beneficial information. You just spent more time either affirming the information that you knew or just chasing something that really wasn't going to benefit you in the long run. So plan your work and make sure that you allocate a certain amount of time for the thing that you definitely want to accomplish. Start your plan with your goals. Make sure that you have goals set up each day, that things that you want to accomplish, whether it's contacts that you want to reach out to and engage, or it's certain meetings or information that you want to identify and document for your own files. But make sure you're planning your work to be the maximum, to work at the maximum efficiency that you possibly can. So on top of planning your work, you also have to plan your rest, because again, a lot of us are in management capacities. So when you manage any amount of either accounts or personnel, or whether you're property management and you're either a supervisor or you're a property manager, there's something to be done 24/7 to improve your position, to make the work that you're planning, to make it better. There's always room for more, but you can't keep chasing more without, something's got to give. There's only 24 hours in the day. There's only 7 days in the week, and you have to find time to rest in that time. So how do you plan your rest? And you in times like this, you legitimately need to plan that. You need to plan breaks for yourself periodically through the day. Typically those look like meals or just, I'm not a nap taker. Some people are, but my day doesn't allow for that. But if you have room for your day to take a break, especially if you don't get good sleep at night, if you're not someone who gets a regular 7-8 hours of sleep, plan rest. And sleep, a nap doesn't have to be lay down in your bed and go to sleep, catch REM, and your eyes are rolling around in your head and you're dreaming about whatever. Hopefully a life without the coronavirus, but it can be just putting your head down on your desk, or taking a break, or meditation, prayer, any of those things where you can take these periodic breaks and disconnect yourself from the environment that you're working so hard to be productive with. And that disconnect is so critically important. So some things that I know some people do, I've got friends that do every 2 hours, they'll take like a 2-minute prayer break or 2-minute meditation break where they shut everything down, close their computer, or go outside somewhere where they're not distracted by the things that can easily pull them out of that state or whatever. But take those breaks and be intentional with those breaks. If you're going to dedicate 2 minutes to prayer time or 2 minutes to meditation time, put the 2 minutes into it. Start a timer on your smartphone or on your watch or whatever it may be, and be intentional in that time. And then the big third part of this that we really want to dive into is plan your activity. For a lot of us who have active lifestyles anyway, myself included, my gym shut down. I thought we were the last kind of bastion of health that we were going to maintain and keep our doors open. But the city came down yesterday and shut us down yesterday afternoon. So doors are locked. So what can we do? And fortunately for all of us, God created an amazing environment that we can be as active as we want to be. It's just a matter of not making excuses and being disciplined beyond the motivation. So one thing that we always start with, and especially and it doesn't have to be just for beginners, start with the 1, 2, 3 approach. So going back to where we started this thing, the 1 in the 1, 2, 3 approach is planning. So you take one day out of your week and you make your plan. Now in this, you're planning not only your exercise, but also plan your nutrition, especially now where our lives are less hectic. We're a little hectic as far as where we have to be and travel. We're isolated at our homes for the most part. Plan your meals. So work with your families, get together with them and plan how you're going to cook each meal and what you're going to be eating each time. Make good decisions with the plan. So this is a good opportunity to, again, as everything's changing, change for the better. So make healthy decisions in your plan and challenge each person in your family and say, what different thing can we try, and get creative with your meals and prep work. Include the family. Maybe we want to try a new recipe. So we're going to work together in the kitchen and prep the meal together, and everyone has an opportunity to have some part in the meal prep for dinner so that somebody's prepping, somebody's cooking, and hopefully somebody's cleaning. But one day a week to plan everything out. If it's Sunday through Saturday, what does your week look like? Put rewards into that planned week for yourself as well. If you hit your goals and your plan, make sure you put a reward somewhere in the week. So, and some people call it a cheat day, but it's not cheating. It's a reward day. Put that in there. So Saturday, you have an opportunity you all get to enjoy something that you really like, but for the most part shouldn't be part of your wellness plan. I'm not a black and white nutrition guy. I like to live in gray and reward myself with things that otherwise aren't, don't fit the bill for this is exactly what you should eat to be perfectly healthy. But I know if I eliminate it and restrict it from my diet, then I'm going to go nuts one day. And instead of eating like a bowl of ice cream, I'm going to eat an entire gallon of ice cream or pint, whatever container it comes in, I'm consuming the whole thing. So if I know that I've got these little rewards set out for me through the week, I'm less likely to fail in my mission and fail in my plan that I had set up. 2 is 2 days of resistance training. And again, these are minimum standards so that you can maintain or establish a really healthy foundation to get whatever you want out of it. Resistance training is exactly what it's moving your body against gravity is really what it is. So there's a lot of fancy ways you can do it, which gyms are established for. You can have thousands, tens of thousands of dollars of equipment that you can use, or you can just use the body you have and use body weight exercises to, again, gain as much efficiency as you and challenge yourself as much as you want. So something as simple as push-ups, squats, sit-ups, and some kind of row, whether you attach a towel to the top of a door or a towel under a chair and pull yourself up to it. Those few exercises work your entire body. So if you want a great chest workout, like most guys do in the gym every Monday when it's International Chest Day, you could go and do 7 different exercises, or you could sit down and you could lay it in your floor and do 250 push-ups. Spend 30 minutes doing nothing but push-ups, and I promise you it's going to challenge those same muscles more as well as anything in the gym would. So it's about getting creative, using the tools and resources you have with you, whether it's social media. Instagram's got a lot of information, a lot of tools on it. YouTube has a lot of information. Just find the stuff out there and try it. This is as a good an opportunity as any to try any at-home workout that you could want to be a part of. My information, I think, is available with link to this website. So if you're outside of the Chadwell Supply family and you need information or you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. It's bert.ray at chadwellsupply.com. If you've got questions, I'll be happy to answer anyone as far as resistance training. 3 is cardio. So 1 day of planning, 2 days of resistance training, 3 days of cardiovascular exercise. Cardiovascular exercise is as easy as going outside and going for a walk. Your dogs would love it. They appreciate it. Take advantage of it. And so will your kids and everybody else. Get outside on a day that here it's pretty cloudy and rainy. But there's no excuse that, it still works to walk. Where I live in North Carolina, it's very hilly. And that's really some of the best cardio you can do is walking hills. Put a backpack on if you want to make it a little bit more challenging. And you want to get, for 2 of the 3 days, you want at least 20 to 25 minutes of cardiovascular. It takes at least 20 minutes of cardio activity to change or impact your heart. And then 1 of the 3 days, you want at least 40 minutes. It takes approximately 40 minutes cardiovascular activity really impact your fat loss. So that's really what everybody's looking for with cardio. They want heart health and they want to get lean. So those are your differences between the 3 days. 2 days of at least 20, 25 minutes and 1 day of at least 40 minutes, one longer activity. Any type of cardio is good cardio: swimming, biking, running, walking, rowing, kayaking, whatever it is, as long as you can sustain it for at least 20 to 25 minutes, it's good. But with all this, again, it all starts with the plan. And don't get overly difficult, challenging with your plan. A big thing that I have up there is keep it simple. When life hits me with challenges, anything that I'm frustrated or anxious or stressed about, the first thing that I do is how can I simplify what's going on? How can I either simplify the situation, simplify my life, make things as easy as possible? And with the simplification that comes up, amazingly enough, guardrails to my life finally get established. And instead of ping-ponging all over the place, all of a sudden I'm on the right path. So find a plan, create the balance in your life and keep it as simple as you possibly can. Don't overcomplicate things and don't, try to bring in challenges or bring in additional stress into your life that you don't need to. So with that, I want to open it up for any questions that anyone has. And we're on the topic of health and wellness. It's, the floor is all y'all's. So any questions you have, whether it's about these things up here or anything that you have as far as health and wellness, hit me up. I know Penny's got a question.
No, I just want to thank you for coming on and making this happen and just kind of changing the pace for the day and everything that's going on right now. It's just important that we all stay together. Amy for coming on, and Thomas and Rhonda for being there. So we look forward to doing something every day.
And Penny, you bring up a good point, and something I didn't, mention before. We're all in this together. I mean, this thing is affecting everyone worldwide. So it's as good a time as any to reach out to people that if there's contacts or people that were important to you at some point that you've lost touch with, reach out to them. Anybody that's, any potentially compromised position, any of the elderly or anyone that that has health problems, reach out. It's a perfect time for us to kind of build bridges that maybe previously weren't there. Or, beyond the balance and planning your work and being productive, it's an opportunity for you to find some professional development, watch videos on how to be an amazing spreadsheet creator, whatever that can be. So the communication part's important. This is going to be, for the unforeseeable future, this is how we do things, are these web chats and video conferences. And I think it's an amazing tool, and it's a great way for us to just expand our network and improve on what we already do. So we're a blessed bunch of people, and we just have to remember that.
Hey, Bert, do you have any ideas for exercises that you can do with your kids who may be at home with you that are to get them moving so that you can move as well?
Yeah, I think with kids, one of the best things kids love the phrase or they love the challenge of, I bet you can't do that. So whether you come up with like a plank challenge or a push-up challenge for the day or sit-up challenge, maybe you can set it up that, hey, next Monday, we're going to have a push-up contest and create a reward for not only who can do the most push-ups, but let's do them today on Monday. And then next Monday, we're going to test again. And whoever can improve the most over a week's time gets, pick the reward. For kids, it could be that's a way for them to earn their electronics time or video game time, is make sure they're doing something active. Go outside, go for a walk the dogs, bark at the, sorry. That's what happens when you don't walk your dogs. Attack whatever imaginary thing comes to the door. Sorry about that. But creating small challenges so that you're finding that improvement through the week. And then the reward can be whatever it is that they're motivated by. So if they're motivated by spending time playing video games, make sure they're doing something to earn that time. Don't just let them, park themselves in front of a TV for hours on end, because it will melt your brain. Evidence. All right, just to wrap it up, I just want to recap. Remember, discipline overcomes motivation all the time, every day. Find balance in your life. Find the balance in your work life, your spiritual life, your active life, all of it. Plan your work and work your plan. Remember, busy is not the same thing as productive. You've got to be productive, and that just comes from having that plan, and that way you know where you're supposed to be through your day. And when you get off chart or you get off course, it's an easy way to re-navigate yourself back on course. Plan your rest. Make sure you benchmark your day or build rest into your day where you can disconnect and take a break from all the stuff, all the stressors and things that are causing anxiety in our lives. And activity, 1, 2, 3, 1 day a week planning, both your nutrition and your activity, 2 days of resistance training, and 3 days of cardiovascular training. Thank you guys so much for spending this time with me today. God bless you all and help you all stay safe in all this through the future. Don't hesitate to reach out to me if you've got questions. Like I said, it's Bert, BERT.Ray, WRAY @chadwellsupply.com. And we'll see you guys soon. Thank you.
Thanks, Bert.